Hi, friends. It's Joni with Three Feathers Spiritual Wisdom here with your weekly message from Spirit for the week of May 30th through June 5th. I've got a little bit of astrology for you, and then we'll go into the readings. But first, I want to just quickly say, because I've heard other readers and psychics and other people that I follow on various platforms give out this warning a lot lately, and I want to do the same. There are a lot of scammers out there who like to get money. And right now there's been a rash of scams on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube of people pretending to be readers. They take our identity, they take some of our posts, and they make a new account, and then they invite all the followers and say, "Hey, follow me over here," and then they start direct messaging you. First off, I'm never going to direct message you. You have to take the initiative to decide when you are ready to receive messages from your guides, your angels, and your ancestors about uh, the issues or the situations or the crossroads you may be at. So you have to contact me, and of course, all my stuff, the ways you can contact me and book with me are below. I'm not going to direct message you. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm hearing a lot of other people say on their platforms. And maybe you follow a bunch of them too and you are aware of it, which is good. But if you're not, don't be taken in by the scams. Okay? Thank you so much. The next thing I want to tell you is we have three things happening this week astrologically that I want to slip in really quickly. I'm not going to go deep into it. I didn't have a whole lot of time this week. I'm heading out on vacation and I just didn't have a whole lot of time to do research and go into depth with you. But there's plenty of resources out there on the web to look up some information. But on the 30th, we have a new moon in Gemini. The new moon is always a fresh opportunity, a fresh start to plant new seeds. Gemini, which is ruled by the planet Mercury, is all about how we think, how we process our thoughts, excuse me, how we communicate, how we connect with others, because Geminis are usually very social. It's a social kind of energy that comes off of them, this connection and communication. So there's the new moon is there at 9 degrees on the 30th, and it may mean that there is an opportunity to think creatively about some of the situations in our lives. Maybe, and of course, that's a new moon while in Gemini while Mercury is in retrograde. So it may not be very clear for a few days until Mercury goes direct. And Mercury is going direct. That's the other thing to report. So, with the new moon, it's about taking in information, processing it maybe in a new way, thinking up new thoughts. And in terms of connecting with people, you might be connecting with some new people and have an opportunity to have some new social groups. Mercury, like I mentioned, will be going direct on the 3rd, June 3rd at 4 a.m. Eastern Time. Mercury will start going direct at 26 degrees Taurus, and it will be heading back towards its own sign of Gemini and heading in the right direction going forward. So, yay! And then on the 6th, June 4th, the very next day, Saturn goes retrograde. Now, Saturn retrograde at 25 degrees of Aquarius um, is an interesting aspect. Saturn is the taskmaster, wants us to learn our lessons, karmic lessons, and learn. When Saturn is in a certain house for me, I feel like I'm being put through the ringer. It's like constant tests, constant challenges. It's because Saturn wants us to learn really well. With it going retrograde, any planet that goes retrograde, the work goes internal. And so this is about reviewing the what we have learned from the challenges and the lessons that Saturn has given us in the past. And it could be the very recent past. And what have we learned? What wisdom have we gained? And how have we integrated it? That's the key. This is we're being given a little break from Saturn always pounding us for this time to integrate and think about the things we've learned and how we're applying what we learned. So those are the astrology for this week. Let's get to the readings. I am using the Distant Past Tarot by Larson, and you get to pick an oracle card from the Earth Magic Oracle Cards by Stephen D. Farmer. Do you want message A, B, or C? Tap into your intuition and see. Okay, so let's get to the reading. The first card that came out was Page of Coins. This again feels like a new start, a new opportunity, maybe new information or a message. And of course, it's coins, so it's a tangible thing. It could be about our finances, about money. Um, it could be, seeing a new opportunity and applying for it. Um, there is potential there. There's a bunch of birds in this tree. I just feel like there is information coming in because birds, they chatter. They chatter and they sing. And so I'm feeling like this is some information that might be of interest to you. The next card they came out was the Nine of Cups, and honestly, it could be a wish coming true. That's what this card stands for. Look at this. She is so serene, and it's like the purity of belief. She's wearing this white dress, and she has got this serene, it's Mona Lisa like smile on her face. She's like, I know it's all going to happen. I have great faith that it's going to happen. This is what I'm getting off this card. Having great faith that something good is going to come. All right? Now, the next three cards we came all out together. And part of me feels like they're a different reading or a part of this reading, but somewhat disconnected. So there's, for some of you, there's opportunity, there's news, having great faith. For some of us, that also means we have to really step back and retreat and relax. This is the Four of Swords. And as you can see, she is taking a nap. And she needs to replenish. This is very much needing a deep replenishment. And when you do replenish your energy, um, it helps tremendously. You also, if you're out of the stressors that have depleted you, okay, then you're more likely to get more ideas, more flow coming through you from spirit. When we're stressed out, we block so much with the stress. We block the intuition, we block the connection. So there is this need to step back and retreat and rest. The other two cards that came out though are again, they're back to um the Ace of Coins, a new start money wise or a new opportunity. So there is like a connection. But in order to see this, I think you need to do the resting first. Whatever this is opens up. And it will open up, okay? And I say open up because there's an archway here, and I feel like you have to go through it. You have to take a step through it. So it could be about applying for a new job or looking out for something else, a new opportunity, maybe starting a new business, something new, but you have to take steps too, and you have to go through the archway. When you do, the abundance will grow. This is the Seven of Coins. And the abundance will be right here. It'll be right on the bush. Now, the other thing about this card that it's saying to me is that it all won't come very quickly. You will have to do some work. This is often the harvest is not quite ready yet again. Whatever this new thing is coming, you need to have faith that it will grow. Okay? And you need to give it the time that it needs to grow and prosper. But there's definitely indications here of prosperity. But right smack dab in the middle is this Four of Swords, which is about needing to either retreat to think or relax before jumping in and following up on these things, because you're going to need to re-energize yourself. All right? So that's the reading for this week, which I find very, very interesting. Have you figured out which card you want? Card A, B, or C? Which message is yours? The first card that came out, the card A, is the whale, and it says breach. This whale lives underwater in one environment, but it does these beautiful breachings uh, outside of its environment. It goes up towards the sky, up in the air above its home, its comfort zone. So the message for this is really, you need to get out of the environment that you may be in, um, to go into a new environment that helps you think. And I'm not saying, drop everything, sell your house, move, pack up everything and move. What I'm saying is you may need to shut off the technology and go out in nature, go into a new environment in order to see things from a different perspective, to, get new ideas, because the whale is not going to stay up in the air. It's going to land back down into the water where it belongs. But for a moment, it leaves its space, its comfort zone, and goes out of it. So this is really a powerful message for some of us who get stuck in our ways, and the need to try something new, or to leave briefly the environment that we're in to see things in a different perspective. I hope that makes sense. For those of you who picked B, you get celebration and dance. And this is all about um, the rituals in our lives. Many cultures dance and sing in a ritualistic way. And that is how they express their celebrations, their um, milestones in their culture. It's also a way of expressing their trauma and their sorrow. So this is something to think about. What are you doing ritualistically to celebrate and dance in your life? Maybe you've reached some things, you've accomplished some things recently that need to be recognized and celebrated. So wonderful. And those of you who picked C, you got, oops, I'm trying to get it so it's not no glare here. Love and compassion. This is really about how we see other people with compassion when our hearts are filled with love. For some of you, it may mean romantic love. New love is blooming in your life, and that's wonderful. But with the word compassion here, I feel more like it is all the other ways that we love the people in our lives, and even if we can have love and compassion for the people we don't know. Because ultimately, as you can see, the light that's emanating from the heart, we're all connected to the light. We're all connected to the universe and the source, and we're all connected to each other. And so having the love and compassion, and maybe this is something that you've been feeling a lot lately in terms of current events. How are you going to love your fellow man? How are we going to love each other? How are we going to bring more love into this world and compassion because it needs it very badly. So that's your message. Maybe you have some ideas of how that's going to happen. I know that we all can make a difference. I was brought up uh, by believing, and my mother would always say, one person can make a difference, and I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I've experienced it myself. One person can make a difference. You can make a difference in all these things. Celebrating, coming to a new perspective on things, and coming to a place of love and compassion. So, um, I don't know. I'm feeling very good about. I get in these highs of doing these readings, and I feel like everything will be fine when I know there's a lot of challenges ahead of us. But if we stay connected with spirit, we can meet those challenges. We really can. We have the strength, we have the resilience. So I'm wishing you many, many blessings and have a wonderful long weekend if you're in the United States. And I will see you this week. If you follow me on Instagram, we will be pulling more cards each day. And if you follow me on Facebook, we'll be pulling more of these cards, the Earth Magic cards each day. But I'll be in a different location starting on Tuesday. Okay, so take care, everybody.